Have you ever wondered why some people can walk into a room and completely change your mood? One sentence, one disappointed look, one message left unanswered, and suddenly your confidence disappears. You begin questioning yourself. You replay conversations in your mind. You apologize for things you didn't even do. You sacrifice your own peace just to keep someone else comfortable. Now here's the terrifying truth. This isn't weakness. It's programming. Every single day, people are trying to influence your thoughts, your emotions, your decisions, and ultimately, your life. Some do it intentionally. Others don't even realize they're doing it. But the result is always the same. Little by little, your emotions stop belonging to you. The Stoics understood something that most people never will. The greatest form of freedom is not financial. It is not political. It is not physical. The greatest freedom is emotional freedom. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Think about those words. If someone can control your emotions, they can control your choices. If they control your choices, they slowly begin controlling your future. That is why becoming impossible to manipulate is not about learning tricks. It is about becoming the kind of person whose inner world cannot be controlled by the outer one. Today, you're going to learn exactly how. Imagine a puppet. It believes it is dancing, but every movement is controlled by invisible strings. Now ask yourself, how different are most people? Someone ignores their text. Their entire day is ruined. Someone criticizes them. Their confidence disappears. Someone praises them. They suddenly feel important. Someone rejects them. They begin doubting their worth. Every emotional reaction becomes another invisible string. The tragedy is that most people never notice those strings. They believe they're making their own choices, when in reality, their emotions are making choices for them. Epictetus understood this better than anyone. Before becoming one of history's greatest philosophers, he was a slave. Yet he discovered something extraordinary. A man may escape physical chains while remaining emotionally imprisoned. That is why he said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." True freedom begins the moment your emotions stop belonging to everyone else. The Stoics weren't trying to eliminate emotions. They were trying to become larger than them. Because the strongest prison is never built with iron. It is built with fear, approval, anger, and insecurity. Manipulators never attack your logic first. They attack your emotions. Imagine receiving a text, "I guess I know where I stand now." Immediately your heart races. What happened? Nothing. Only your imagination. Your brain starts creating stories. Did I upset them? Should I apologize? What if they leave? Notice something. Reality didn't hurt you. Your interpretation did. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that we suffer more from our judgments than from reality itself. Manipulators understand this instinctively. They create emotion first. Logic disappears second. That is why Stoicism teaches perhaps the simplest yet most powerful habit in existence. Pause. Not for 5 seconds. Pause long enough for wisdom to arrive. Before replying. Pause. Before defending yourself. Pause. Before becoming angry. Pause. Ask yourself, what emotion is this person trying to create inside me? Fear? Guilt? Urgency? Jealousy? The moment you identify the emotion, the manipulation begins losing its power. Because awareness is the enemy of manipulation. People can only control emotions that you refuse to observe. The pause creates distance. And inside that distance, freedom is born. Remember this sentence. Your first reaction belongs to emotion. Your second reaction belongs to wisdom. Always choose the second. Almost every manipulator searches for the same weakness. Not your intelligence, not your money, your desire to be accepted. From childhood, most of us were rewarded for pleasing people. Be polite. Don't disappoint anyone. Keep everyone happy. Smile. Agree. Fit in. Without realizing it, we slowly learn to fear rejection more than dishonesty. We became experts at betraying ourselves. Imagine someone saying, "If you really cared about me, you'd do this." Notice what they're doing. They're not appealing to logic. They're appealing to your fear of losing approval. Epictetus once said, "If you wish to improve, be content to be thought foolish." In other words, stop making your self-worth dependent on what strangers think of you. Here's something powerful. People who constantly seek approval become prisoners of opinion. They become actors. Every conversation becomes a performance. Every decision becomes a vote. Every opinion becomes a mirror. Eventually, they forget who they really are. Marcus Aurelius never asked, "Will they approve of me?" He asked, "Is this the right thing to do?" There is a world of difference. One question seeks applause. The other seeks character. The Stoics believe character is far more valuable than popularity. Because popularity can disappear overnight, character cannot. The day you become comfortable with disappointing people, without compromising your values, is the day manipulation begins losing its grip on your life. Remember this. Every unnecessary apology, every unwanted yes, every fake smile teaches people exactly how to control you. Self-respect isn't arrogance. It's refusing to sell your peace for temporary acceptance. Most people think power belongs to the loudest person in the room. The Stoics believe the opposite. Real power belongs to the person who remains calm when everyone else loses control. Think about the last argument you witnessed. One person kept talking, interrupting, raising their voice, trying desperately to prove they were right. The other person simply listened. Who looked stronger? Usually, the one who spoke less. Why? Because silence creates uncertainty. Manipulators feed on emotional reactions. The more you explain yourself, the more information you give them. You reveal your fears, your insecurities, your anger, your weaknesses. And once someone knows what triggers you, they know how to control you. Seneca wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Notice he didn't say revenge. He didn't say win the argument. He said, delay. Because every second you delay your reaction, your emotions lose strength, and your wisdom gains it. There is a quiet confidence that comes from not needing to defend yourself. Not every accusation deserves an answer. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every misunderstanding needs to be corrected. Sometimes people have already decided who you are. No explanation will change their minds. The Stoics understood something modern people often forget. You don't have to attend every battle you're invited to. Some arguments exist for only one reason: to steal your peace. And peace is far too valuable to exchange for the satisfaction of winning an argument. The strongest people are not those who always have the last word. They are the ones who know when silence speaks louder than words. Because once you stop reacting to every opinion, people lose the power to control your emotions. And when they lose control over your emotions, they lose control over you. There is one emotion more dangerous than anger, more dangerous than fear, more dangerous than sadness. It is guilt, not healthy guilt. Healthy guilt helps us become better people. False guilt makes us prisoners. Manipulators know exactly how to use it. Maybe you've heard phrases like, "After everything I've done for you, I guess I don't matter anymore. If you loved me, you wouldn't say no. You're the reason I'm upset." These sentences are carefully designed. Their goal is not understanding. Their goal is obedience. The manipulator quietly transfers responsibility for their emotions onto your shoulders. And because most people hate disappointing others, they surrender again and again until they no longer recognize themselves. Seneca believed we should examine our conscience every evening. If we truly made a mistake, we should admit it. If we truly hurt someone, we should apologize. But if someone is using guilt as a weapon, we must respond with clarity instead of surrender. Remember this truth. You are responsible for your actions. You are not responsible for carrying everyone else's emotional baggage. There is a huge difference between compassion and self-sacrifice. Compassion says, "I understand your pain." Manipulation says, Your life must now revolve around my pain. The Stoic chooses compassion, without abandoning self-respect. Sometimes the most peaceful sentence you can ever say is simply, no, not with anger, not with hatred, not with revenge, just calmly, without explaining yourself for 10 minutes. Because every healthy relationship respects boundaries. Only unhealthy ones demand their removal. Never feel guilty for protecting your peace. Because the people who truly love you will never ask you to destroy yourself just to make them comfortable. Most people believe manipulation begins with criticism, but sometimes it begins with compliments. Imagine meeting someone who constantly tells you, "You're different from everyone else. You're the only person I can trust. Nobody understands me like you do." It feels wonderful. Your confidence grows. Your ego smiles. Slowly, your guard falls. Then one day, they ask for something unreasonable. And because they spent weeks feeding your ego, you feel obligated to say yes. Marcus Aurelius warned himself never to become addicted to praise, because the person who depends on compliments also becomes vulnerable to criticism. Think about that. If someone can raise your confidence with words, they can lower it with words too. That means your emotional state no longer belongs to you. It belongs to whoever is speaking. True confidence is different. It does not rise every time someone applauds, and it does not collapse every time someone criticizes. It remains steady, like the ocean beneath the waves. The surface may move, but the depth remains calm. The Stoics never rejected praise. They simply refused to depend on it. Because dependence is where manipulation begins. The less you need approval, the less anyone can use it against you. Imagine someone holding a remote control. Each button represents one emotion: anger, fear, jealousy, insecurity, shame. Now imagine they press one button, and instantly your mood changes. Who is in control? You, or the person holding the remote? Every emotional trigger you fail to master becomes a button someone else can press. This is why Marcus Aurelius spent so much time observing his own mind. He knew self-awareness was the beginning of freedom. The next time someone offends you, don't ask, "Why are they like this?" Ask, "Why did this affect me so deeply?" Perhaps they exposed an insecurity you've been hiding. Perhaps they touched an old wound that never healed. Perhaps they challenged an identity you've built your entire life around. Manipulators do not create your weaknesses. They simply discover them. Your responsibility is to heal them. Because once you understand your own mind, other people lose the map they once used to control you. This is the final lesson of Stoicism. The greatest battle is never against difficult people. It is against the parts of yourself that still seek validation, still fear rejection, still crave approval, and still surrender peace for acceptance. Win that battle, and something extraordinary happens. People may still criticize you, ignore you, judge you, attempt to manipulate you, but their words no longer enter your mind. They simply pass by, like wind around a mountain, because you've finally understood what Marcus Aurelius spent his entire life trying to teach. No one can rule a mind that has learned to rule itself. One day, someone will try to provoke you. They'll criticize you. They'll pressure you. They'll guilt trip you. They'll try to pull the same invisible strings they've always used. But this time, you won't react. Not because you've become cold, but because you've become conscious. Marcus Aurelius understood a truth that still changes lives today. No one can manipulate a mind that has learned to govern itself. Real strength isn't winning every argument. It isn't proving everyone wrong. It is protecting your inner peace, no matter what happens around you. So from this day forward, choose patience over impulse, wisdom over emotion, and self-mastery over approval. Because the moment you master your own mind, you become impossible to manipulate. If this video gave you a new perspective, subscribe for more timeless Stoic wisdom, and remember, guard your mind, because your mind is your greatest power.